Democracy, democracy, democracy. No, no, no. Autocracy, autocracy, autocracy. So these are the two political ideologies for which the world is now divided into two parts. One is democracy, which is preached by America and its allies, and on the other hand, autocracy, which is practiced by Russia, China, and some Middle East countries. And thus, one political ideology stands against another. As a result, unrest, violence are created. Consequently, a lot of casualties the world met each year. Actually, people are killed indiscriminately, and the countries of the world are getting destroyed. The arch-creator of democracy is America, and America says that it is made on the proposition of democracy, and it wants to establish democracy not only in itself but around the world. And democracy is defined best by Abraham Lincoln, the 16th American president. According to him, democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And yes, obviously, today I am going to deal with Abraham Lincoln's greatest speech, Gettysburg Address, in which he has given the best definition of democracy. Abraham Lincoln was born on 12 February 1809, and he was assassinated on 15 April 1865. During his lifetime, he was the leader of different political parties. His first political party was Whig. Then he served as a leader of the Republican, and finally he joined the National Union, and in which he was elected the 16th president of America. During the time 4 March 1861 to 15 April 1865 till his assassination, Abraham Lincoln led the nation through American Civil War. And now the background of Gettysburg Address. So Gettysburg Address is a speech delivered by Abraham Lincoln, and the speech is delivered during the American Civil War at the dedication of the Lord George's consecration ceremony at the National Cemetery in Gettysburg of Pennsylvania. It was delivered in the afternoon of 19 November in 1863. Actually, the Battle of Gettysburg happened between 1 to 3rd July in 1863 by Union and Confederate forces. And Gettysburg Address is one of the most known speeches in the history of America. And now in this space, I would explain what is American Civil War. As it is known that Civil War is a war among groups in a same state or country for differences of ideologies. And American Civil War happened from April 12, 1861 to May 9, 1865. And it happened between two groups, Union and Confederate, on two different ideals. Union forces consisted of the northern states. On the other hand, Confederate forces consisted of the southern states. Furthermore, Union forces consisted of the northern states. They were against slavery. On the other hand, the Confederate forces consisted of the southern states. They were in favor of slavery. And Abraham Lincoln was the chief leader of the Union states, and Jefferson Davis was the chief leader of the Confederate states. Consequently, Union forces overpowered the Confederate forces. Ultimately, democracy was established in America. And now the Battle of Gettysburg. The secessionists, the Confederate States, seceded from American constitutional government in February 1861. In one of the battles of that Civil War, General Robert E. Lee of Confederate forces launched an invasion to Pennsylvania at Gettysburg. General Lee was halted by General George G. Meade of the Union forces. From 1st to 3rd July in 1861 in a bloody war with huge casualties of 51,112 people. However, Union forces won over the Confederate forces led by General Lee. And now the explanation of the main speech of only 272 words. At the very first phase, Abraham Lincoln, remember, American independence. Lincoln goes back to the past in 1770, the year of American independence. 4 scores and 7 years means 87 years. Now it is November 1863. America was established on the proposition of democracy, that is, freedom and equality. Then Abraham Lincoln expresses his frustration. People of America are now engaging in a civil war and killing themselves. To him, the old united America may not stand long. He says, now we have come to dedicate and consecrate the lost soldiers killed in the Battle of Gettysburg at the National Cemetery. To him, this respect is good, but alongside, Lincoln has revealed the real meaning of dedication, consecration, and respect. According to him, people cannot consecrate, dedicate, or hollow. Actually, the brave lost soldiers have consecrated it. People's words are forgotten, but the sacrifices of the lost soldier won't be forgotten. But still, the living people had their responsibility to the lost soldiers. People of the living now can show their dedication, consecration, and respect by finishing the unfinished works of the lost soldiers. Then Abraham Lincoln urges to the American should take increased devotion from the lost soldiers' sacrifices. They should resolve that the sacrifices of the lost soldiers won't go in vain. Again, they should promise by God that there would be a new birth of freedom in America, and there would be long-lasting democracy of the people, by the people, and for the people. And finally, the moral lesson of the speech, Gettysburg Address. So the speech teaches the readers that Abraham Lincoln has devotion to establish free, equal, and above all, democratic America. Thank you, learners.